The reading today from the Gospel of Luke. One of the criminals who were hanged there kept deriding him and saying, "Are you not the Messiah? Save yourself and us." But the other rebuked him, saying, "Do you not fear God, since you are under the same sentence of condemnation? And we indeed have been condemned justly, for we are getting what we deserve for our deeds. But this man has done nothing wrong." Then he said, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." He replied, "Truly I tell you, today you will be with me in paradise." This is the word of the Lord.
Wow, really, Megan, that was a bit of a spoiler alert. We're going to have to go back. I'm Denise, by the way. If any of you haven't met me yet, I would love to meet you over a cuppa outside after church. Yes, we're going to go back just a little bit. So pretend you didn't hear that last story that Megan read. We'll go back and we'll pick up where Edwin left off. So on Friday, Jesus hung on a cross. State-sanctioned violence. The violence of a powerful kingdom on Friday. By now it was noon. The whole earth became dark, the darkness lasting 3 hours, a total blackout. The temple curtain split right down the middle. Jesus called loudly, "Father, I place my life in your hands." Then he breathed his last. When the captain there saw what had happened, he honoured God. This man was innocent, a good man and innocent. It's a dark day. Blood on a wooden cross, a final breath. Death had won. A good man and innocent had died. On Friday, just another day in the Roman Empire. All who had come around as spectators to watch the show, when they saw what had actually happened, were overcome with grief and headed home. Those who knew Jesus well, along with the women who had followed him from Galilee, stood at a respectful distance and kept vigil. There was a man by the name of Joseph, a member of the Jewish High Council, a man of good heart and good character. He had not gone along with the plans and actions of the council. His hometown was the Jewish village of Arimathea. He lived in alert expectation of the kingdom of God. He went to Pilate and asked for the body of Jesus. Taking him down, he wrapped him in a linen shroud and placed him in a tomb, chiselled into the rock, a tomb never yet used. It was the day before the Sabbath. The Sabbath was about to begin. And that was the end of Friday. The sun went down, setting over a dark and silent tomb. A lifeless corpse wrapped in grave clothes. A stone rolled to seal the entrance. The door closed on the final chapter. Some women were there to witness the last words on that last page. The women who had been companions of Jesus from Galilee followed along. They saw the tomb where Jesus' body was placed. Then they went back to prepare burial spices and perfumes. They rested quietly on the Sabbath, according to the commandment. A whole day and a half goes by before there's any hint that there's actually another page to be read, that the story isn't over. A whole Sabbath day between this sentence and the next, the Sabbath, the seventh day of the week, the day God rested from the work of creating a universe, 6 days of forming and shaping, of creating life that teems across the plains and swims through the oceans, a 7th day to rest, to look at creation and say, that is good. That is very good. Rest with me, God commands, and spend the 7th day contemplating the goodness of the cosmos, the goodness woven into the fabric of the universe. A day to rest before the week starts again. And so the women rested quietly on the Sabbath according to the commandment. And I wonder if they were able to contemplate the goodness of the cosmos on that particular Sabbath. The Jewish day begins at sunset. They had to get home before the sun goes down and the world turns dark. Candles are lit, flickering in the room as they gathered to eat. And then they slept, or tried to. Did the images of the day intrude on their sleep, haunt their dreams? Restless through a very long night, were they awake before the dawn, opening their eyes in relief to escape their disturbing dreams, only to remember with a drop of the stomach that their dreams were real and waking isn't any escape at all? Nothing to do except get up and somehow get through the day. A day without their beloved Jesus, a long day, grief, bereavement, the horror of remembering, and silence from God, absence. Did they reflect, I wonder, on the words of their beloved teacher? Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. Forgive, not just 7 times, but 70 times 7. The sun rises in the sky and slowly inches across it. After an eternity, it begins to sink towards the horizon. Sunset, the start of another day, the start of a new week, another 7 days until the Sabbath rolls around again, another long and restless night, and thoughts go to the body in the tomb, the cold, dark tomb, sealed with a heavy stone. They'll go there at first light, they decide, as soon as it's light enough to see. And at dawn's first light, on Sunday, the women came to the tomb carrying the burial spices they had prepared. They found the entrance stone rolled back from the tomb, and so they walked inside. But once inside, they couldn't find the body of Jesus. They were puzzled, wondering what to make of this. And then, out of nowhere, it seemed, 2 men, light cascading over them, stood there. The women were awestruck, and they bowed in worship. The men said, "Why are you looking for the living among the dead?" And in that moment, everything changes. Why are you looking for the living among the dead? He is not here. He's been raised. The tomb is empty. Christ is risen. Death has lost its sting. This Jesus they knew and followed for 3 years hasn't gone back to his old life. He's gone forward to his new life. The ending is a new beginning. It's the 8th day of creation, or day 1 of a new creation. Sunday has come. The grave has become a garden, a new Eden. Death is dead. Love has won. Christ has conquered. It's a turning point. A new era, a new kingdom has begun. And this one is not like any of the kingdoms that has gone before. This kingdom is ripe with possibility. And that possibility can become reality. It has become reality in Jesus because he is not here he has been raised. There's no point looking for the living one among the dead. He's been raised to new life, and he imparts that new life to everyone that he touches. And this new life, it's come in defiance of the rulers, the authorities, the principalities and the powers of all of those past and present kingdoms who think that they could get away with killing a good and innocent man. There is no doubt. Friday's kingdoms still surround us, living by the skewed philosophy that might makes right, that he who dies with the most wins, that staying pure and uncontaminated is much more important than loving our neighbour, that religion can side with cruelty. Cains can still kill their brother Abel. Pharaohs can still enslave the powerless, demanding that they make bricks to make tall pyramids. The powerful using people to build their empires. Nations invade nations. People are exiled. But the good news is that the world in front of us, the one that we can see and hear and touch, is not the only world available to us. There's a Sunday kingdom that we can live into, and we can follow Jesus there. We can follow Jesus from Friday, often through the suffering and the silence of Saturday, and into the dawn of a new creation, because the Spirit of God who raised Jesus from the dead lives in you. So don't be fooled by the seeming might of Friday's kingdoms that we see around us. Because in the face of Sunday, in the light of Sunday's kingdom, Friday's kingdoms will crumble and fall. They will crumble away to dust. Sunday's kingdom, now that's a forever kingdom. It will stand strong through all eternity. That same power that rolled away the stone, that raised Jesus from the grip of death, that overcame the Friday kingdoms of the world, is alive in you, actively leading you. What's dead can be raised to life. What's lost can be found. What's broken can be restored. And so I say to you today, hold on, lovers of Jesus. Hold on, children of God. Keep praying, keep trusting, keep following, and keep walking in Jesus' Sunday kingdom.